Hello everyone, welcome to the market outlook for the week. Gaurang Shah here from Geojit Financial Services, and as I speak to you all this Monday morning at around about 11 o'clock, positive momentum in the market, but in the range and a little bit of choppy as well. Before I go any further, let me give you certain levels on the Sensex Nifty, Bank Nifty, Rupee Dollar as well as crude oil. So Sensex is up about 200 points, 75,625 is the level on Sensex. Nifty is up about 45 odd points and the level is 23,000. On the Nifty Bank or Bank Nifty, about 350 points up, 49,315 is the level on Bank Nifty. Rupee Dollar and crude oil, strength in rupee and as we had mentioned last week, towards strength in the rupee, and that is what exactly has been visible. Rupee against dollar is at about 83.08 as of now, 0.02 paise strength, but considerably down from those elevated levels of 83.30, 83.40 that we saw last week and the week before that, and expect towards 83 levels on the rupee against the dollar as we go forward from here on. On the energy basket, that is crude oil, there's been a decent downward move, though marginally up this morning, but they are lower than what we've seen earlier. So Brent is trading at about $82.30 a barrel, and NYMEX is at about $77.97 a barrel. The expectation is that towards 80 levels we can see a Brent, $80 to a barrel Brent, and towards $75 to a barrel is where we can expect NYMEX to grow. From the perspective of a little bit of longish time horizon, and that is purely because of the news flow on the positive side as far as Middle East is concerned, and also the demand and data in terms of stock from the US, and that's primarily the reason why we expect a little bit of downward move on both Brent as well as NYMEX. Coming to the markets, friends, first of all, very excited in terms of the all-time highs that we've seen, lifetime highs on Sensex, Nifty. Nifty Bank has already done that. Mid cap, small cap too are trading closer to the all-time highs. And last week the big indices, Sensex and Nifty, made an all-time high, and we are trading close to that all-time high. But the issue is choppiness, volatility, and India VIX volatility index, that is also expected to move up from where it is right now as we go deeper into the election mode. Election result mode rather, and of course the last phase of election, that is on 1st of June, which is a Saturday. Before that, friends, this week is the monthly FNO expiry week on 30th of May, that is last Thursday of the month also. And given the elevated levels of currently what we are witnessing in VIX, as well as the anticipation that as we go closer to that 30th of May FNO monthly expiry day, expect this VIX to go up, and that may also lead to choppiness and volatility. And of course the excitement and euphoria in terms of news flows. 1st of June will be the 7th and the last phase of election. That day itself, evening, I believe, post the voting is done, we will have the exit polls coming through. So last day of the polling or voting will be on Saturday, that is 1st of June, and then that very day, 1st of June, post the voting is done and dusted, we'll have the exit poll after 6 p.m. I believe. Reaction to all that will be visible on 3rd of June, which is a Monday, and eventually on 4th of June we will have the official announcement of the election of the outcome of the election in terms of results. So there is going to be a lot of excitement in the market, friends. If you have the low risk appetite, don't do anything. Wait out for maybe another week, 8 days, till we are till we have digested or seen and done and dusted with the election result. Because if you are going to go into this extremely short term 1 week kind of an trades in the markets, then there is a possibility that you will get chopped off both ways. Even if you go long or if you go short, you will get chopped off both ways. So it's only prudent to wait on the sideline, and after we have the clarity, come back to the market, and then possibly draw up your trading strategy. Or if you are an investment, then this choppiness and volatility will be a great opportunity to accumulate certain stocks. We have also seen this week, rather, we will see the curtains down for the fourth and final quarter last financial year earnings. And if I have to sum up in terms of the fourth quarter earnings last financial year, then I can say that there is no major disappointment. In terms of optimism, there are certain sectors, and within those sectors there are companies which have delivered better than expected numbers. And the possibility of a steady government coming back on 4th of June can possibly lift up the sentiments in terms of performance on fallback of policy decision that all these sectors will witness once we have a stable government, if that is a possibility on 4th of June. So this markets will be very, very choppy, and what we have advised our short-term, medium-term client is to maximize your profits in terms of converting into cash by booking profits from a short to medium term point of view. Again, I like to repeat, and come back on 4th of June. But in case if you have elevated risk appetite, you can definitely trade into this kind of choppy and volatile market. But our humble request is that please don't take one-sided position. That is, if you've taken a positive buy side position, please hedge that accordingly, and if you've gone short, even then you have to hedge it accordingly. That will be the most prudent thing to do, rather than taking a decisive position either buy or sell side. Please hedge your positions. And of course, since we are in the F&O expiry week, you might see elevated levels of premium also for the next month contract. So you need to be absolutely clear about what you're doing, with an understanding that you are exposing yourself to extreme risk given the events which are lined up. Coming to the investment strategy, friends, our sense is that you will have plenty of opportunities, and we have already shared a couple of investment ideas every Monday morning that we interact with you. Today also we have two investment ideas. First one is from the public sector bank, Canara Bank. About 10 days back, Canara Bank has adjusted itself for the split, and the adjusted value is somewhere close to about 117 rupees from where it was traded at about 600 odd rupees. Post the split adjustment, it is at 117. It's a fundamental investment idea, and we are of the, and in fact we have shared this understanding that we have about banking and finance, and we expect a tremendous amount of positivity in terms of credit demand, and by the virtue of that credit demand, we expect loan book growth. Asset quality has been improving for the last many quarters, and this run rate is going to go up further. By the virtue of that, provisionings which have been provided for in the past years will come back, will be written back, and that will make the balance sheet even stronger. On interest rates, well, one can expect, if the inflation number is well within the comfort zone of the Monetary Policy Committee view and the RBI Governor view, then second half, late towards October, November, December, in case if the inflation is well within that comfort zone, we can see some small interest rate cuts coming, or else first calendar quarter, Jan, Feb, March 2025 is when one can expect interest rate cut, subject to, of course, inflation being and other data points being supportive. Investment idea, like I said, Canara Bank is the first investment idea. Targets could be on the fundamental side somewhere close to about 200 odd rupees, subject to, of course, earnings deliver on that kind of expectation. The second one is from a sector which was rather a sideways performer but has started to come in the spotlight. And remember one thing, friends, in this kind of a market, when we are at all-time high, there will be interest or focus towards sectors and companies which have possibly been sideways performers to underperformer. And our belief is that specialty and agrochemicals is one such particular space wherein you will have some excitement in terms of fresh buying coming because of the underperformance that this sector has given. So within this sector, friends, specialty and agrochemicals, we have identified Aarti Industries as an investment idea. The data points in terms of export market for specialty and agrochemicals, which came out last month, was very, very supportive, and we expect the export market for specialty and agrochemicals for companies which are established in India to open up a lot of opportunities, and by the virtue of those opportunities opening up, the numbers are going to look very, very strong. And of course, given the underperformance, China +1, Europe +1, I think that's going to be a tailwind positive for the India established specialty and agrochemicals companies. So Aarti Industries, we have as of now on earnings visibility and whatever we've seen in the past in terms of earnings, we have set aside a target of about 700 odd rupees. But let me be very honest over here. In case if the earnings improve for both Canara Bank as well as Aarti Industries, there will be targets revised depending upon which way the earnings is going to go. So please bear that in mind. And as always, humble request is that don't put all your money at one time. These are very difficult times in the market, very choppy, very volatile, with F&O expiry, last phase of election, exit polls, and of course the outcome of election results on 4th of June. So you will have opportunities. Start at current levels. Don't put all your money at one time. Depending upon your risk appetite, start nibbling into these two stocks, and as and when you get choppiness and volatility and lower levels, our advice would be to add to both these stocks from a long-term point of view. Mind you friends, these are not short-term, medium-term BTST ideas. These are long-term fundamental ideas, and for that, by the virtue of that long-term definition, you should have at least 12, 16, 18 months plus kind of time horizon. Thank you very much for your patience hearing, and I'll see you again next week. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.